What's up, team? Good morning, good morning. Hope all is doing well today. It's a beautiful day today. What's up, Stephen, Leo, Sal, Wes, Emmanuel, Jason. Good morning, team. Y'all doing okay? I know the music's probably too loud. Hold on one second, I'll change it. Music's probably too loud. That should be noticeably better. Hope that is better. You should be able to hear me now. What's up, guys? Good morning. Hope y'all are doing well today. Good. Let's hopefully make some more money today. Shall we? All right. So, let's take a look. We got CYCC gapping up from 413 to 514. CYCC is ripping up pretty big this morning. It's got some really solid, really noticeable volume this morning. And so this is something that we should look at. I'm not sure if this one's going to be tradable for me specifically, but this one put out first quarter results. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and quote this, and this is from MT Newswires, and it says, quote, "On Tuesday, CYCC reported a first quarter loss of $1.48 per share, which was compared with a loss of $2.77 per share in the year ago period. So much better than a year ago. The bio firm said it had cash and cash equivalent of 8.9 mil as of March 31st, which is down from 11.9 mil on December 31st. But Silicel also said that it received equity financing on April 2020, that it has pro forma cash and cash equivalents that total $27.3 million. It will use those funds to pursue precision medicine strategy to evaluate the drug fadraciclib in patients with solid tumors." Nailed it. But yeah, that's the news for CYCC. Much better, a smaller loss than a year ago. They're still taking a loss, but it's a smaller one relative to a year ago, in the year ago period. And so that's the news for CYCC. It's gapping up from 413 to 505. I'm looking at these levels right here, guys, and I think these are going to be the biggest levels. Remember these levels: 475, 476, you could even say, $5, 520, and 550. Those four levels, not to be a guru, but I think those levels are going to be legit levels. I think these levels are going to be levels that the stock follows really, really well. $5 the whole dollar. It's also confirmed support. 475 is the quarter dollar. It's also really confirmed resistance. 520 is previous high that it ripped over, but still it was a solid resistance level. And then right around that 550 half dollar level is the high of pre-market. And I think those are going to be significant. I think those levels are going to be interesting. Watch those levels. If we get a break of those levels, look for them to hold as support. If they don't, that could indicate weakness, so forth and so on. I hope you guys understand that logic. Let me catch back up on the chat here. My lovely chat. What's up, guys? What's Uber? Uber is a ride-sharing. Technically, it's just an app. It's a technology company, but it's actually a ride-sharing company as well. But yeah, we also have SLGG gapping up. I don't like this one. Not that much volume. I can go over the catalyst behind this move, but I'm not. It's not like I'm in love with this one right here. SLGG. This is Super League Gaming. It's a gaming stock. Alright, something came out yesterday for Super League Gaming that said that Tuesday they received a patent for its camera character technology, and its remote video capabilities could be helpful while traditional television production is shut down during the coronavirus pandemic. Alright, so it's a gaming company, and they put out something that said they did a patent on some of their tech, and also that it might be beneficial during this coronavirus lockdown for SLGG. We'll see what happens. The levels aren't really super solid. If there's any level, it's probably this pre-market high, and that's it. Maybe the whole dollar of 6.2, but those are kind of coinciding with the same plan. But yeah, that's an interesting one. We also have PGNY here. PGNY gapping up from 2049 all the way to 2480, where it's sitting now. This one doesn't have that much volume either, but I like 2450. I like the pre-market high at 25, and then I like this 24 level. Anything aside from these maybe this $0.50 too. You see I go up in $0.50 increments. Anything aside from those just looks kind of weak. I'm not really loving it. There's not that much volume, and it's kind of void of support and resistance in between those points. And so we can look up the catalyst behind this. This is first quarter results that came out in after hours yesterday. And it looks like they were positive. So yeah, first quarter results, first quarter EPS of 4 cents, which beat the 2-cent estimate. Sales of 81 million, which was better than the 71.8 million estimate. And so those are the results. Good first quarter results for PGNY. And that is why this one is up today. Good first quarter results. Like I said, again, EPS of 4 cents, which was better than the 2-cent estimate. Sales of 81 million, which was better than the 71, roughly just over or just under 72 million estimate. 81 is better than the 72 mil estimate roughly for PGNY. We'll see what happens. I think I went over CYCC already. Yeah, I did. Then we have VTIQ. A bunch of people talking about this one yesterday, and this one has a little bit better levels, in my opinion, for me to follow. There's 28, there's 29, there's this level right here, which is 29.75. You also have the $0.50 there, but then you got this confirmed 32 level and then the high of pre-market. I think those are the most interesting levels. If it gets down below here, it might break under the previous closing price, and if it does that, it's going to look really weak and I might short into it. But if it rips over this pre-market high and breaks above all these levels, then we'll look for it to hold support and see what we get from there. For VTIQ, we can go ahead and look up the catalyst behind this one now. The catalyst behind VTIQ is that the company stockholders approved an amendment on Tuesday to extend the date by which the company has to consummate a business combination from May 18th, 2020 to July 31st, 2020. Kramer also shared his thoughts on VTIQ, which is VTIQ, and a few other stocks. And let's see what he said about it. So Kramer said that this is way too hot and that he cannot recommend it as a buy. Way too hot, cannot recommend it as a buy, is what Kramer said on VTIQ. We'll see what happens with this one. Interesting stock. It's got some interesting levels to watch. And again, I would watch those levels I just drew out. We got PGTI gapping up, although I'm not even going to look at this one because there's no volume to accompany it. We got UNFI here. UNFI ripping up. We got a move from 1550 all the way to 1750, although there's not that much volume to accompany this one, but we can look up the catalyst anyway. It looks like this was fiscal third quarter sales that were positive is what this one looks like. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and read a catalyst from Dow Jones Newswires, and it says, quote, shares of United Foods Incorporated rose roughly 6% in after-hours trading Tuesday to $16.40 after the company reported strong prelim sales and profit in the fiscal third quarter, lifted by consumer demand stemming from work-from-home measures brought on by the pandemic. The food wholesaler said sales for the quarter ended May 2nd rose roughly 12% from a year ago to $6.67 billion. Meanwhile, quarterly profit rose 54% to $88 million or $1.60 a share, they said as well. And that's all quoting from Dow Jones Newswires. And so, yeah, gapping up over positive third quarter results for UNFI. And again, I mean, if you're going to look at some levels here, you got this big high right here sticking out at around 1675 or so. I like that level. You got 1650 here, and then you got 17 and 1750. I'm just going to look at the $18 high of pre-market, which is the high, even though there was no volume up there to accompany it. Those are what I would watch really for it. Maybe the whole dollar of 17 too, but you know, we'll see. It just depends on how well it respects those first initial levels. So we got ALGT gapping up, although there's no volume. We've got TSEM. We got TAK, which is gapping up. We can look at this one, although there's not, again, there's not a ton of volume to accompany TAK here. All right, so this is Takeda Pharmaceuticals, and they announced financial results ending in March 31st, 2020. This is for fiscal year 2020 or 2019. They reported revenue of JPY 3,291 billion. Up 57% in the first full year following acquisition of Shire. They reported operating profit that was much better than the initial guidance to reach over JPY 100 billion despite significant non-cash acquisition-related impact. And so, yeah, good results for TAK. That's all I'm looking at. We got ALC here, and then we can look at the overall market here, and I think this is going to be significant. The overall market is down today. So if we look at the overall market, this is it. A huge drop. Actually, we're technically up. That's a little bit misleading, but we're technically up on the day relative to where we closed yesterday, but we are down a huge amount yesterday. Look at this drop yesterday before the bell, before the closing bell. Monstrous drop. Let me raise this up a little bit so you guys can see it. A monstrous drop yesterday. Look at that drop. So just a huge drop yesterday right before the bell. Let me go ahead and look up the catalyst for this market move here. Yeah, it should be interesting, but just a monstrous move right before the bell yesterday. And let me see if I can find this. So we have a few things that came out on the overall SPY. We don't have the ETF preview yet, but I think some numbers came out here as well. I'm gonna go ahead and go over this. Alright, so this is from MT Newswires, and it's about the overall market, and it says, quote, U.S. stock futures inched higher Wednesday as traders looked ahead to a speech from Fed Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell while keeping an eye on news about a potential second wave of infections. Dow Jones Industrial Average futures gained 0.7%, S&P futures were up 0.6%, NASDAQ futures were up 0.8%, but on Tuesday, top U.S. infectious disease expert Anthony Fauci warned that lifting of lockdown measures too soon may lead to a fresh wave of infections, and in China, authorities have put the northeastern city of Jilin in partial lockdown after the emergence of local coronavirus clusters, which fanned fears of a second wave of COVID-19 infections in the country. Oil prices were higher, with global benchmark Brent crude up 2.5% and U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude up 0.3% recently amid concerns of a second wave. At 8:30, data is expected to show a 0.5% downtick in producer prices for April. Powell is scheduled to speak at 9 a.m., which is in 18 minutes. And in equities, JCPenney is 37% higher. We can take a look at JCPenney real quick. On reports, the company is negotiating with lenders to secure a $450 million funding for a possible bankruptcy filing. And JCPenney, guys, a retail stock, has just gotten absolutely hammered lately. It's just gotten absolutely hammered. It's a retail stock. Amazon's kind of putting this thing out of business, really. But it's up on some type of bullish sentiment here. And that's what we got right now. So we'll see what happens. Let me get Mitch in here. Alright, we got a lot of chat here that I'm missing. So sorry, guys. I'm just now catching up. What's up, Adam? What's up, Leo? What's up, Stefan? What's up, Gavin? What's up, MP? What's up, Professor? Jason, Maestro, Kiddas, Astro, Bill, Emmanuel, Charles, Douglas, Tom, Jeremy, Lawrence, AB, Jay, Muhammad, Robert, Hero, Rising Road. Good morning, guys. Hope y'all are doing well today. All right, we got Mitchy Mitch in here, Mitchy Rich. Let me get the volume right. Alright, let me know how that volume is. That should be good. What's up, Mitch? If you're there, what's up, dude? But yeah, guys, JCPenney gapping up some. This one's so weak. Long term, I think this one's inevitable. It's going to fail. But we'll see about short term. Interesting dynamic to watch here as well. What do you guys think about JCP? Look at this thing.
Don't even waste a breath.
Yeah, 100%. It's a retail stock, man. And unfortunately for them, technology is just moving away from them. You never want to be on the wrong end of technology. And JCPenney is, as well as the other retail stores, you know.
It's just the way it is, man.
Yeah.
Times change.
For sure, 100%.
You don't move with the times.
You know, I'm sure when when automobiles started to get really popular, the carriage companies were struggling. And there were some people defending the carriage companies because they worked so hard. But technology It's technology, and if you're on the wrong side of it, you're on the wrong side of it. There's nothing you can do. It's inevitable, and I think JCP is right there, unfortunately.
I think what you'll see in the long run, generational, it's always going to be better to have smaller rental space in any industry because the power of technology is that good nowadays. You don't need to be having these huge spaces. I think that's one of the biggest and oldest things that were kind of passed down through generations, but it's just not business feasible anymore. You can't just be having these big stores. Or like, let's say even a car dealership. I think in the long run, you'll see car dealerships get smaller and smaller.
Going online.
They'll just bring the car when you need it.
Yeah, 100%.
They're just going to have a model that you can sit in it, you can drive it, but that's not the car you're going to take. They're going to come and send you the car that you are going to take.
Yeah, I think the future with that is like they're going to have online showrooms, right? And then if you want to test drive one and try one, and you can have like a stream, like interaction with the car dealer, and if you want to test and drive one, they'll meet you at your house and they'll drive you to it or whatever, and that's going to save space. They'll still have like warehouses with cars where they go pick them up, but it's not going to be this fancy, big, huge signed car dealership that people are used to. It's going to be an online showcase, which makes way more sense, saves money, and is more practical in my opinion. But
hey man, it's like I always talk about, the stories. At the end of the day, the stories in retail is goodbye. I've been kissing Macy's goodbye. Wouldn't be surprised if you see bankruptcy from Macy's in the near future.
Yeah, for sure.
I really just see it. It's just heading that way. It's always been heading that way. Ever since I started trading, it's been heading that way. And in the long run, I've always said, it just won't last. Branding nowadays is not done like it used to be. Branding is done more for personalization, not for everyone, let's wear one brand. And with that being said, what ends up happening is people will buy stuff where they can get it cheap. And I think it used to be like you could only get the top brands in the top stores. That's not the truth anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
If you want a top brand, you can find it anywhere. You can find it in freaking thrift shops nowadays. So it's not like you have to go to a high-end department store to get the high-end product.
Yeah, for sure. It is what it is. Times change. People are bringing up the reference to carriages. What I mean by that is like when you have an obsolete product that is getting taken over by technology, you're always going to have some stubborn people that refuse to let that go. And a good analogy is carriages back in the early 1900s when automobiles started to become more prevalent. People were defending carriages, saying that, what happens to them, we should protect them. And the reality is sometimes technology doesn't care about feelings. It just moves past it, and that is what it is. And if you don't evolve your business, you get left behind, and that's the reality.
All right, guys, before we get into the top movies of the day, just want to get through this. It's a crazy day today, man. Reason why it's crazy, most people would look at the SPY and think that, oh man, we're going to be up today. But then you look at the overall sectors and each single one is in the red. So what this is giving me a signal is that either the stocks themselves are going to inch up closer to the open, or we're going to get the opposite. We'll get the index that start coming down and meeting up where these stocks are. So let's see what happens with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Biggest sector down today, real estate. I don't really trade real estate stocks. Those are mainly those like kind of reds, motels, that kind of thing. It's not really where I trade. Right behind it, you have industrials. These are the ones that I think have been actually kind of weak as of recent. The airlines really haven't moved much. They've just been moving downwards and kind of slow paced. Now, when you look at the cyclicals, like today, I'll be looking at gaming, SGMS. Scientific Games broke my level of this 1210. I'm gonna be keeping an eye on it, see if it holds 12s today or starts heading back down. One thing that I will tell you guys is that I'm seeing a lot of downturns in these kind of sectors. If the sectors are going to keep leading down, eventually you should see the SPY turn around also. So I'll keep an eye on those. Also, I got news about we could talk first about the cannabis and potential pop. I think that could happen in cannabis because of the stimulus bill that they're trying to introduce right now. If that stimulus bill goes through, I definitely think these cannabis stocks are going to have a pop. Reason why? They're actually going to be included in their ability to get kind of loans. That's what the Democrats have tried to include in this bill. If this does happen, I think in the long run, you should see kind of a cannabis pop come from it. And another one that I'd be looking at today is Glue. Glue is in the gaming sector. It's 2Us. Sorry about that. This one's been moving on its own, guys. It's a big mover. It's a cheaper stock. You guys can definitely pay attention to this one. This is Glue. I know we have the Powell, the Fed speech today. Everyone will be watching that.
Yep. Yeah, that one's in like 9 minutes, so we'll see what happens there. I think that's going to largely influence everything too. Yeah, so I've got a few releases that I can go over. That good old Thinkorswim news bot put out.
I don't think he'll announce negative rates.
Yeah.
Not yet, guys.
So I got something that came out from OPEC, and it says, monthly oil market report 2020 global oil demand growth forecast revised down reiterates the worst contraction expected to take place in the second quarter. So global oil demand growth forecasts are revised down by 2.23 million BPD from the prior report, now forecast at 9.07 million BPD, and the report reiterates the worst contraction expected to take place in the second quarter. We also have some news about fixed and FX latest with weak US PPI data largely discounted, and it says the specter of Fed chair power or proximity of a speech plus the fact that CPI has already been out helps to explain the minimal market reaction to considerably weaker than forecast US pipeline inflation metrics. However, bonds remain firmly bid and depressed in advance. Canada wants the US to agree on the extension to the non-essential travel bank until June 31st or 21st, and the Royal Caribbean Cruise says quarterly revenues are down $407 million in the first quarter to US $2 billion. Negative impact from the virus on net income. So interesting here. No, I mean, I can't stream it. What's up, Rudy? What's up, Stonks? Yeah, I've already went over VTIQ, but I can go over that one now if y'all want. So VTIQ, let me see if I remember this one correctly. You can see I already drew the levels here, and I have some interesting levels that I'm specifically watching for this. Really, right here at 29. 29 is interesting, 29.75, 32, and 32.50 are the most interesting levels in my opinion for this one. And if we look at VTIQ here, we can look at and see that this one is up after a company stockholder approved amendment yesterday to extend the date by which the company has to consummate a business combination. They're extending it from May 18th to July 31st, 2020. And again, that's why that one's moving. Kramer also talked about this one, but he talked about it in a negative light. So Kramer actually talked about this one and said that, quote, it is way too hot. He can't recommend it as a buy, is what Kramer said. And so Kramer said this one's too hot, that he can't recommend you buy it. Probably is a little bit too up there, is what I'm assuming here. And then we got a lot of other big gappers here from SLGG. We have, this one gapping up on not that much volume, but you can see it's gapping up from 455 to 620 or 610 or so right now for SLGG, and we got a few interesting levels, but the volume's not really there to accompany it. The other one I was watching is PGNY. This one's gapping up, although there's not a ton of volume with it either, but these do have catalysts. Most of these are first quarter results that recently came out today. First quarter results. This one was that as well. This one put out EPS in the first quarter of 4 cents, which was better than the 2-cent estimate, and sales of 81 million, which was better than the 71.8 million estimate. So much better than expected results for the first quarter for PGNY. And then we had CYCC, which is probably the most voluminous mover in this market, although this one's really been breaking down, and I see this a ton in kind of the penny stock world, where a stock gaps up a huge amount, gets really extended, and then just ends up crashing back down, which is again something we see a ton in the penny stock world. And so CYCC, we can look up the catalyst for this one as well. And again, if you guys have any big movers or anything specific you want us to look at, let us know. We can take a look. But yeah, so this one put out a first quarter loss per share of 148, but I think that was better than expected. And better than last year's loss, so it had a smaller than expected loss and a smaller loss than last year. It also put out first quarter EPS of 277, which beats the 290 estimate. But yeah, I think that's what's going down, is that it put in a little bit smaller loss instead of last year for CYCC. To look at like some of the other big movers here, we've got like Tesla, which is making a pretty big gap up. I mean, the market had this huge drop yesterday. And if we look at this drop, look how massive this drop was before the bell yesterday. It was just a monstrous drop. Look at this. So this big drop yesterday before the bell, and now we're up a little bit. But, you know, we're slightly green on the day. This light blue line right here is the previous closing price. And I think the interesting levels for the overall market are going to be 288. 286 right here, and then 285. I'm watching the half and whole dollars in between there, because you can see the SPY has been kind of pivoting to those levels, and then if we extend it to the left, you do see a lot of confirmation there as well. So that's really what we're watching here. We'll see what we get. There's a few other interesting levels, but the market would have to break up, and so we'll see where it goes today. MARK? Yeah, I was talking about MARK yesterday. Let me see. We got 290, or we got 206. This one's gapping up a little bit here. Let me go ahead and I can go ahead and look up the catalyst behind this one. Wait, did we get news that came out? Okay, no. Okay, no, we didn't. Not yet. I'm watching the catalyst to see when the numbers drop today, because that'll be an interesting move that we're going to get in the market. But yeah, MARK, and so like I said, when the numbers come out, guys, I'm going to announce them. Looking at MARK, though, this one is up from yesterday. I vaguely remember that. Oh yeah, I don't remember the catalyst behind this one. I can't remember this one having a catalyst. This is one of those thermal screening companies, but I don't remember the catalyst behind it. And so we got a big drop yesterday and then a rebound today. We're above the previous closing price, so technically we are gapping up here. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Maybe with all the calming down in some of these markets, that the thermal screeners in the entire sector just aren't super relevant, not super relevant, but aren't as much relevant as they were prior to this. We also have like AMD. We could look at like Tesla here. Most of these are just following the overall market, which again we can look at here. We got the news that's about to drop, I believe, so we got to get ready for that news drop coming out. But everybody hit that like button as well. We got 206 people in here. Smash that like button if you haven't already. We do this live for free every single day on YouTube. What's up, Noah? What's up, Relentless, Stonks, Killer, Chris, Big Baller, Nick Waters, Big, N, Kiddis, Luke, Miguel, Sky. Good morning, team. Yeah, I'm going to be going over the news for sure when it drops, which is the news should be dropping in about 20 seconds. So let me see if I can find it. And I think that's going to largely influence the market, guys. So yeah, here let me see if we can find that catalyst when it comes out. It should be out soon. It's supposed to come out at 8 today. All right, so we had So yeah, Powell's supposed to speak today, or right now. We had USA core PPI month over month for April at 0.3% versus 0% estimate prior of 0.2%. We have US core PPI year over year for April at 0.6% versus the 0.9% estimate prior of 1.4%. We have USA PPI month over month for April at 1.3% versus 0.5% expected with the prior of 0.2%. And so we did have some numbers that came out. All right, so is Powell speaking now? What's up, Merrill? What's up, Tommy? What's up, Peter?
Man, the market does not look good today, man. I can tell you that right now. It's one major thing.
Yeah, we're actually just dropping right now. We're testing these lows in the market. Powell must be saying something here. Let me see if I can find out what he's actually saying. But here's the drop right now, guys. Do you want to figure out what Powell's saying, Mitch?
I mean, it's not. It's just the stocks are evening out for the open. If you look at the sectors, I can show you every single one. They've all gone down, straight down for like the last hour. This is a major thing. This is not something that is small. I can show you if you guys want to look at the charts. And the two biggest ones that I'm concerned about are the ones that saved us, which are healthcare and technology. I haven't seen technology take a down move like this since, I think you got to go back to March. This is a big down move. The hourly chart has it going straight down. It's breaking like 4 days of highs. So.
All right, so Powell just said something came out about Powell that said he did not mention negative rates in his preparing remarks, and additional policy measures may be needed to avoid lasting damage to the economy, is what he said. And you can see when he said that, a huge drop in the market just came down in the last minute. A big drop down from like 286.80 down to 286, so an 80-cent drop in the SPY. And so yeah, again, I'll go ahead and repeat that. So Powell did not mention negative rates in his preparing remarks. Additional policy measures may be needed to avoid lasting damage to the economy, is what this says. So interesting here. Interesting dynamic for sure.
Yeah, I think all this is really expected. No one's expecting him to go into negative rates. That would just take away too many bullets from the Feds too early. So they just hold rates where they are. They've been telling banks they're going to hold rates where they are, at least to the end of the year. That's the rumor, at least to the end of the year. Why? Because banks need to give out loans right now. They need to give out tons of loans to create a new bottom. Is it a fake bottom? Could be, but that's not for us to get into. But we're definitely going to be giving out loans and loans and loans like there is no tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. Which is, I mean, we'll see what happens, but you know, I think they're gonna try to kickstart the economy with that.
Yeah, they're just gonna try. They're trying to provide the best environment for banks to provide loans, and that's like a fact. You know, the environment for banks right now, they took off the reserves needed, so they don't even have to worry about the amount of money they need in their accounts. And this was a big thing. Some people don't think about this, but this is what we implemented because of the 2008 crash. So there's a lot of things here that people aren't noticing, but the banks have it easy right now.
Yeah, for sure.
But technology and healthcare, man, if they keep coming down, the market's coming down. I can tell you that right now. The only thing that saved us is the NASDAQ, man. The NASDAQ's been saving us. The technology stocks, the big ones especially. Look for big ones to turn around today, like let's say Facebook, Google. If those turn around, those could show you that technology is coming back down. Those could lead the SPY, and we could have a really red day. So,
yeah,
same thing happened. Kind of what we get, a pre-market straight up, right? Essentially, you know, aftermarket came down, but pre-market has gone straight up. I expect a straight down move here if we can hold for a little bit.
Yeah, the market is just getting hammered with, I guess, Powell's opening remarks. I haven't seen it yet, but look at that candle right there, man. Monstrous candle from 286.80 all the way down to 285s. So huge drops.
Every sector. The worst one looks like financials. Really. I mean, industrials you could look at, but financials has a lot of volume in this red candle. This red candle has 226 million shares.
What's up, King? Yeah, we trade live. Somebody's asking, do we trade live? Yeah, we trade all the way from 9:30 at the bell to a few hours into the open. So yeah, we trade live every single weekday. Without fail, we do it live every single day, right here on YouTube. So we're not experts though. We're just teaching people what works for us. We trade live to show people our system, but it might not work for you. It's just our own systems. So yeah, but yeah, we do it live every single day. I appreciate it, Stonks. All right, so yeah, we also had something come out that said. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and read this, and this is from the Newsbot on Thinkorswim reported this, but it says the Fed Fund futures strip was relatively dovish going in, giving partially implied from the February 21st contract compared to April or March next year at the early on Tuesday, but following the FOMC's chair's comment at the Peterson Institute, negative rate expectations have ramped up in terms of scale and timing, with January 21st now at 100 and the curve inverting from there. To recap, no actual mention of NIRP, so no interest rate mention in the text, but no explicit rejection seems to have been construed that sub-zero may well be within Fed's full policy range, and that was from Newsquawk. So interesting. For sure, but that is definitely causing some bearish sentiment here. Look at this drop ever since that came out. So interesting dynamic for sure today, guys. Yeah, the Fed cannot save us. Yeah, for sure. They definitely can't. And I think that's what people are realizing through this, that no matter what, they're not going to help us, you know, or they're not going to save us. We got to do our own stuff. You got to, you know, do your own stuff. But yeah, guys, we got some interesting dynamics today for sure. Huge drops in the SPY from this, but look at this drop yesterday. Like I said, before this, we were technically up, but huge drop yesterday before the bell. Yesterday, the SPY in the overall market before the bell dropped down from 291 all the way down to 286.50. And so just a monstrous drop before the bell yesterday. A huge, huge drop. And then like we rebounded a little bit this morning, but you know, we're dropping again here in a big drop since that thing came out. People are making their own assumptions about what he said. Let's see if we can find anything else on this, guys. Alright, so actually I got some market news here that we're gonna see, but this came out at 9:05. I think they're actually a little bit late. Oh, lovely buddy, is this your math skills? Oh, this is a great job. Equals 10, that's right. Great job, buddy. That's amazing, buddy. I love you. It says 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 10.
No, that one.
Oh, 10 plus 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 10.
Wait, I forgot.
Alright, but yeah, look at this drop. Hey, buddy, that's a great job, buddy. But here, we got big stories coming out, so I gotta read them, okay? I'll hang out with you. I'll make you a deal. I'll play Sonic Mania with you after I'm done working. Deal? Alright, love you, buddy. Alright, but yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and read this. I don't know how accurate this is. This came out at 9:05 market time, but it's a little bit off. So it says, quote, U.S. stock futures were set for a positive open Wednesday as traders looked ahead to a speech by Fed Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, while keeping an eye on news about a second wave. Dow Jones Industrial Average gained 171 points, while NASDAQ futures were up 87 points. But remember, guys, on Tuesday, what made the market drop was infectious disease expert Anthony Fauci warned that lifting of a lockdown measure too soon might start a fresh wave of infections. Again, in China, they put a northeastern city, Jilin, in partial lockdown. Oil prices were up, with global benchmark Brent crude up 0.5%. So we can look at like the U.S. Oil Fund and see that they are slightly up. U.S. West Texas Intermediate up 0.3%. Data is released at 8:30. Data was released at 8:30 that showed a 1.3% decline in U.S. producer prices for the month of April, compared with the 0.5% downtick expected following a 0.2% slip the previous month. And so a 1.3% decline in U.S. prices for the month of April. I'm trying to see when Powell's expected to speak. Okay, so yeah, it was supposed to be at 9 a.m. Maybe he already started, and that's causing this monstrous drop. But I know he put out something that was causing some bearish sentiments.
I already listened to it.
Okay, so yeah, he talked. Okay, yeah, that's what I figured.
I mean, he didn't say anything that nobody expected different.
Yeah.
But what he did state, and I put it up in the chat, multiple times he kept saying this statement. I think it matters, and that's what investors are focusing on. He kept saying this. He kept saying all these different aspects of the recovery, but when he would say it, he would lead with this sentence: "When the recovery comes, this will happen."
Which means it's
when
not here yet.
the recovery comes. So to me, that's just simple logic of saying it's not here, it's not now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
And if
here's
it's not here, it's not now, the spy is coming.
Yeah, for sure. Here's what we call a snap analysis that I can go ahead and quote, and this is all quoting from the news bot for snap analysis. But it says, Powell sticks to the script, no mention of negative rates in text, says the Fed will use the tools to the, quote, fullest, and again urges fiscal action. And so I'm going to read this right now, and again, this is all quoting. It said, these seem to be a neutral set of comments from Powell. While there is no explicit mention of negative rates, the Fed chair says the central bank will use its tools to the fullest, which may imply some optionality to use the measure in the future if the situation requires. Powell again said additional fiscal support could be costly, but would be worth it if it helped to avoid long-term economic damage. His remarks are particularly interesting in the context that Democratic lawmakers in the House introduced a stimulus package on Tuesday, which has been pushed back on by Republicans. From the comment, there is no reason to assume that the Fed will not carry on doing exactly what it's been doing, will not pull support anytime soon, and will act further if needed. The market reaction has leaned slightly bearish, and negative rate expectations have ramped up in terms of scale and timing, with January 21st now at 100 and the curve inverting from there. And that is the source of that. Again, that's all quoting from News Squawk. So yeah, interesting dynamic here. The market definitely dropped a huge amount when that came out, and we're actually bouncing a little bit now. Remember, guys, look at this level. So remember, I drew this level on the SPY right here, this 285 level, and look exactly where we bounced. We bounced at 285. Again, you know, these are interesting levels that I would watch. You just look for confirmation in pre-market, but exactly a bounce where I drew it out prior to any of this, and so we'll see if it 286 holds now. But yeah, definite reaction from the market with this news catalyst coming out. Hey guys, we got 320 people in here already. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, show your support for what we do here. If you click the bell, you'll get an alert every time we go live, which is again every single weekday morning on YouTube. So Daniel says there will be no recovery until a vaccination is there. Yep, probably so. He's been on since 9 a.m. Okay, good. You talking about me? Hero, I'm from Louisiana, brother. The Fed will get so desperate to save the economy, they will start buying the SPY ETF. Sonic Mania is strictly for legends. Yeah, my son loves that game, man. But yeah, guys, fun day. Let's do this.
Yeah, guys. One thing to always understand is the stocks were, to me, really red to begin the day. The SPY was up and now coming back down, kind of meeting what I call that mean reversion move. Kind of trying to meet the prices that are correct for the open. Now I'll be looking for kind of these stocks that have been hit hard to consolidate a little bit towards the open and then decide which way we're going. But we'll definitely be watching this open to see if we're going to get just a quick big candle. The lows of the SPY move that was pretty much aftermarket yesterday went down to 283.85 area. So that's going to be an important area. Let's see if we can get down there to the 283s, 282s today.
So SAS, we coming on about 825, brother. But yeah, who's dropping? We can look at the other gappers today to see how they're affected. You know, we have APRO gapping from 62 cents all the way to 107. It's a penny stock, but we could go over it anyway just because I think it's relevant to the market. But yeah, we're getting some big drops here. Oil, we could take a look at oil as well. Let me see. Let's see. So yeah, this is ARPO Pharmaceuticals. They amended a licensing deal for inflammatory bowel disease drug, and they put out first quarter results that were positive for ARPO. We got CETX, which is another biotech company, ripping up here with huge move. Look at this move from 80 cents all the way up to $1.15 for CETX. And this one's an old school one that we've seen before, but this is positive first quarter results as well as $2 million order that came out earlier in March. Simtrex was granted a U.S. patent for Smart Desk, and so it was granted a patent. But in other big news, we got like PGNY. We got PGNY, which, again, guys, these are the interesting levels that I think. Look at this. So it goes right up to this level. This 25 level is huge for PGNY. This is a monstrous level for it. And it's going to be an interesting point to see if it holds or what happens here for PGNY. You know, it's gapping up from 2050 all the way to 25, roughly. And we can look up the catalyst one more time for this one as well. This is first quarter results. Again, it put out EPS of 40 cents, which was better, or of 4 cents, which is better than the 2-cent estimate. Sales of 81 million, which beat the 71.8 million estimate as well. Hey, appreciate it, David. Hey, what's up, brother? Thanks, man. Wells Fargo. Yeah, I mean, it's just not moving too much. It's kind of following the market, but the big story today, guys, is just the market getting hammered here. Look at this move in the market. Big drop. Let's see if we can find any other releases that came out today. I'm waiting for the ETF preview that I usually go over, but nothing's come out yet. All right, so yeah, so basically Powell also put out something else that said the U.S. economy can get back to very low unemployment and low inflation, but it will take time, he says. He said unemployment may decline sharply, but likely will remain well above 2018. In 2018 levels, the economy should recover once the outbreak is under control. He said particularly painful to see gains for the less advantaged disappear, and over the next month or so, unemployment will peak. He also said that we are in the worst recession since World War II. And we do have an ETF preview. I'll go ahead and go over that really quick. It's going to review some of Powell's speech here as well. It says, quote, this is from MT Newswires. It says, quote, stock futures were pointing higher ahead of the open. Yeah, this is late. As traders were keeping an eye on the speech from Powell at 9 a.m. And on Tuesday, we had that Anthony Fauci came out and said, if we don't, be safe, we're going to get another wave of infections. Looking ahead, the Atlanta Fed's Business Inflation Expectation Survey for May will be released at 10 a.m. Eastern. And so again, the Atlanta Fed's Business Inflation Expectation Survey for May is going to be released at 10 a.m. Eastern, which is in about 40 minutes. The prior reading was for an increase of 1.4% from the year ago period. We also have, let's see. In energy, we have crude up 0.6%. The U.S. oil fund is up 0.6% as well. We have natural gas is down 2%. We have the U.S. natural gas, or 0.2%. The U.S. natural gas fund is down 0.2% as well. It's actually dropped much more since then. Gold is up 1.3%. The Spider Gold Trust is up 0.8%. Silver is up 0.4%. And the iShares Silver Trust is up 1.2%. So interesting dynamic. The market has rebounded a little bit from this news, but again, this is the range that I talked about earlier, and I think this is the most interesting range to watch here, in between 286 and 285. I think that's the range that I'm really keeping an eye on here, to see if it holds there or what happens. What's up, Tiny? You doing okay? DraftKings with a strong recovery. Everybody's favorite fantasy sports app, DKNG. I haven't looked at this one much since it IPO'd. I like that 36.30 previous closing price, but we are getting a nice rebound. You're right. This isn't bad. I like this 27.75 level. I think that has a lot of confirmation, and then you got the highs from yesterday at 28.15. I think those are the interesting levels there. You got this level at 26.50 as well, and then the previous closing price for DraftKings. But I think those are the more interesting levels to watch. VTIQ showing $29 on Yahoo. Yeah, I don't know why it's showing that, but yeah, that's not right. VTIQ's at 27.10 right now, or it's at 30.60. I'm sorry, it closed at 27.10. But yeah, VTIQ is super strong. And look, again, right at the $29 level. I drew this level out earlier for VTIQ, and look where we bounced. Right there, held support there, continuing to move up. A few people said if the Fed doesn't intervene, WFC might have a bank run. What's up, Abby? What's up, brother? Hope you're doing well, dude. Alright, guys, we got 9 minutes. We got 330 people in here. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's see if we can get over 100 likes before the bell. But yeah, what do you guys think the market's going to do today? Everybody let me know in the chat. Let's talk about it. What do you guys think the market's going to do? George Soros put 60 million in DraftKings. I don't know if I like him as a person, but he owns PayPal, so don't hate me, George. What's up, Ken? VTIQ. Yeah, VTIQ is interesting for sure. It's right in my price range. It's got some pretty good volume, and it's gapping up. It's one of the biggest, most known gappers of today, VTIQ. Again, I'm looking at that 32.50 level. If it breaks that, I might jump into it. And I'm also looking at the whole dollar of 32. Those are the interesting levels I think we should watch. But, you know, we'll see what happens. That's really kind of what I'm keeping an eye on, is the $29 level and the $29.80 level. It's connected to Tesla. Yeah, Tesla, I mean, Tesla is up still on the day. The previous closing price on Tesla is $809.40. $809.40 for Tesla. And so the SPY's downtick from Powell. You know, we'll see what happens. But again, guys, look at this. I drew this range out. My levels are pretty spot on with the SPY today. Look at this. I drew this level. Look at this. And I drew this line right here before this happened. Like, look at this. It goes exactly down to my levels. So my levels have actually been pretty spot on. Not to toot my own horn or anything with the SPY, but I drew these levels out I drew these levels out when it was still above the previous close. And so for it to follow these levels down to the T like this, you know, pretty accurate. But yeah, I think this range is super interesting right here. This is the range I talked about earlier. I think that range is going to be one of the more interesting points to watch. If we break under 285 specifically, like, look at all this confirmation here. If we break under that on the SPY, then we could get really, really weak. But again, we got to look at under 285. I think if we break under these levels, it's going to get really, really weak on the bottom break here. So that's what I would watch for. Again, 285 and 286 whole dollars. Slightly under here, but if we break over under those, I think it's going to get super weak. Thinking bounce then fail, I don't necessarily disagree. Yeah, I could kind of see that happening. I mean, we're down so much in the last few days that that's not a bad, you know, theory. You know, we're down so much from yesterday so I wouldn't be surprised to see a bounce and then a fail after the open. Yeah, I don't know anything about whether it's a good company or bad company, Ken, or RSD. I took a long put on VTIQ. What do you mean by long? Longer term? VTIQ getting pumped up by TikTok? Not too shabby. But yeah, we'll watch it. It's interesting enough to keep an eye on for sure, certainly. Toot away. Yeah, try. But yeah, we'll see what happens, guys. It should be a fun day. I'm ready for it. We got stuff like Apple, which is technically green, bouncing at the previous closing price. We can look at like Microsoft, see that it's testing that previous closing price right now. Again, we've looked at Tesla and seen that it's actually above all those levels. You know, we got like AMD, the microchip sector, which is slightly above the previous close as well, so slightly green on the day. But again, a lot of these had big drops yesterday. And so, you know, they might be green on the day slightly, but they're still down big in the last 2 days. We got a few other ones like Overstock. Maybe I'm going to keep an eye on that one. Another one, JCPenney. A lot of people talking about JCPenney. It's such a cheap stock here, though. Look at JCPenney. But a huge gap up with a lot of volume. You know, gapping up from roughly just under 20 cents all the way to 30 cents at one point, at about 29 cents now. So a huge move for JCPenney and pre-market. What's up, Terry? What's up, dude? VTIQ CEO has never done anything in his life except drop out of school. I mean, yeah, I don't judge people for not going to school. Some people just aren't meant for it. You know, school can be good and bad. You know, if you're like a lawyer, doctor, you know, school's necessary. But if you're a business, it's relatively useless, in my opinion. But you know, I didn't graduate, so maybe that's why I'm biased against it, I guess. TLT. Yeah, this is a ETF. Well, what's the asset? 20-year TRBE. Yeah, not enough volume for me. But yeah, like I said, I'm watching the SPY here, guys. I drew this range earlier. This range right here. I'll draw the levels again. But I drew this range earlier. This 286 and 285. And before the stock even did this, I drew these levels. So those are the levels I'm really watching here. And you can see it testing that 286 level now. I think that's significant. You know, if we look at a 1 minute chart, you really see why I drew these levels out. And you can see how well it's actually followed these levels since I drew them out. So I think 286 and 285. If we break under, remember me saying this, guys, if we break under 285 like really strong, it's going to get really weak. And it's going to start testing lows. And I think that's an interesting dynamic to watch. Yeah, I kind of agree, RSD, you know.
All right, guys, let's do this. Get ready for the open here. About less than 3 minutes left here.
Yeah, that's cool, buddy.
How about Zillow short? I actually like that one, Felix. Felix, I actually looked at Zillow this morning. The problem with Zillow is that it's a huge range. If you look at it, yesterday it was up at $52. Now it's down to 46. That move that we both might feeling that it was going to come down might have already been priced in here, because that's a big move down already. I don't know how much further that one could have, maybe 45, but when you think about it, it's already dropped about $6. So you're thinking maybe $1 down more, but I don't see too much further down than that. The market would have to really start pushing down on those real estates, and real estates are already down about 4.76%. So look for that Zillow move to maybe keep coming down, but I don't think there's that much room in it.
Smith family said, should we buy the SPY right now? I don't know, man. I don't know. I wouldn't. But who knows? Maybe we're wrong. Like I said, I'm very open about. I'm not a super long-term investor. I don't know whether you should invest in it. I'm mostly a very short-term day trader. We got 40 seconds, guys. 40 seconds.
All right, guys. My top trades are going to be watching SDC for short at Smile Direct Club. I'll also be watching Wynn Resorts. I feel this one's still up a significant amount. So I'll keep watching the Las Vegas kind of resorts and casinos today.
Yeah. All right, guys, we got 15 seconds. Let's do this. Let me get everything set up. Good luck, team.
Big thing, John, today. I don't know if you agree with me, but if we can get back green in tech, because you know how tech has been keeping us up. So if you just see huge down moves by the big tech companies, I think that would be a good sign that we got to be careful today on the downside.
All right, guys, there's the bell. So MU dropping here right out the gate. We got MU dropping. As Mitch talks about tech, we got the SPY itself bouncing at 286, broke out of that range I talked about. We got AMD, we got GLUU, the video game stock Mitch was talking about dropping as well here.
All right, guys, I'm seeing a really quick hit here in SDC. I wanted to get in there at 830s, but I wasn't able to get in.
All right, guys, let's see. Yeah, buddy. All right, guys, so SPY's up over 286. Like I said, I think this 286 level is a super significant, legitimate level that we should watch. 286 or so. We're going to test that level now. Okay, we just broke back under it. Big doji style candle for the open and the SPY, and now we're heading down. So we'll see where we go. A little bit too early.
Trying to get short here in SDC, but wanted 840s. I like Win also. Win went straight down also. Look for that one to bounce to 78.50.
All right, sorry, I had to talk to my son. My son's doing the robot over here, but all right, so SPY is moving up. A little bit of choppiness. So look at this range right now, guys, as well. Look at this 282 level, or this 286.20 level, and this 285.77 level. I might watch those too. But look at AMC, huge drop in AMC, huge drop in MU as well, and AMD's popping up.
I'm going for CNK. AMC's Amazon thing got hit hard. That was a fake news, like I thought it was. Got a short put out here for Win. Let's see if I get filled. I put it out for 78.50. It hit it on the ask, but didn't fill me. That's a little upsetting there. We'd already got about 50 cents. Had the order out there just sitting here, guys. 78.50 for Win there. And man, did it get hit right down 50 cents again.
All right, put your window up.
We'll need to cancel some of these now.
Here, buddy, okay, buddy, listen, I'm not gonna play video games with you if you keep bugging me doing work. Your mom's making your breakfast now, okay? Alright, guys, SPY breaking down.
Alright, missing that move there in SDC. It just went straight down. I wanted the 840s, wasn't able to get in there.
I'm in with 400 shares of AMD. We'll see if this works. I'm trying to take advantage of the SPY's big drop here. So 400 shares of AMD just for an opening trade here. Let me see if you guys can see it. Okay, good. I'm gonna get out over the whole dollar. Although huge reversal here. I'm trying to be patient. Okay, I got super stubborn with that one, so it took a $68 loss. It's okay. Huge. I got it a little bit too early, and I think I got a little bit too impatient with it, and I think it's actually dropping now, which figures, but that's okay. Like I said, small loss relative to everything. Huge drop in the SPY. Look at that big drop. Look at when I called out that 285.80 level in the SPY, and then look at that level break, man. Just a huge level. Look, we're down at that 285 level. We're just ripping through that. Wow. Okay, look, I'm gonna get back in AMD with smaller size here with 300 shares. Just a huge drop in AMD. Or a huge drop in the SPY. I'm going to take half off here, and then I'm going to hold this 100 shares Ooh, we're getting a beautiful drop. I'm gonna get out there. All right, so I took a $68 loss and I turned it into a $23 loss. But man, we're definitely getting some volatility right now, guys. Huge drop in the market. Wow, look at that drop under 285. Huge drop.
Or some CZR here. Trying to see this one drop through the 80s. Definitely missed SDC today, guys. What a move, man. Could have nailed that one. 50-cent move straight down right out the open.
Ooh, man, look at the SPY rip down. Look at this drop, guys. This is a huge drop.
I mean, I kind of gave you guys the sectors led today, guys. Too many people watched the SPY. The sectors had it down. Car straight down, guys. 40 cents down. CNK almost 70 cents down, guys. This CNK short, oof. CGC dropped 50 cents at the open. That was not too bad to watch.
I'm looking at Uber here. The market's just getting hammered though. I don't know what to short. I'm looking at Uber, but man, just a monstrous drop in Uber, guys. Good morning, peeps. A lot of people here. This channel is growing. Yeah, for sure. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Man, that win, if I would have got in there, that would have been a nice over $1.50 win on win.
No pun intended, huh?
Oh,
all right,
man.
Did I just take
a little
oh my
frustrating.
gosh, I just took 1,000 shares. Oof. Sorry guys, I double clicked AMD. I was trying to get in with 500 because I was trying to catch this low of the day scalp, and I double clicked it and got in with 1,000 shares. I made 50 bucks on the trade, but nerves, man. It would have been a really nice green trade, but as soon as I realized I did that, I got out. I double clicked. There's definitely some emotions coming with me scaling up in size. Sorry for interrupting you, Mitch, but
no, you're good, bro.
Man, that one was scary for me, man. Scary. Whew. SPY crashing down here, guys. Let me look at Uber. It's hard for me to catch some of these moves.
81s here. Trying to get 81s here. Now just get out, guys. Take a good quick win here.
All right, I'm in Uber with 500 shares. I'm gonna get out at the whole $1.32 if we get a break over it, but I want to see it drop down to the 90s. There we go. There's the 90s.
All right, guys. Just took a little scalp there and CZR. $50 on that win. I actually took 1,000 shares there. Just really quickly scalped it. Just wanted to get a nice little win to start the day, especially since I missed some of my earlier plays. I went for more of a scalp play. Knew to tell myself, go for the quick play since you missed. And that helped me out. I was able to capitalize there.
Yeah, that's not a bad move.
Yeah, good $50 to give me a little cushion to support. Hey, you missed. You could have made that $50 right there. So we got it back. Let's go ahead and focus in here.
Yeah, I ended up getting out a small loss on Uber. We're kind of going back and forth, and I'll find some other moves. SPY's actually bouncing right now, though, along with MU and AMD and everything else. So interesting dynamic here. Look at AMD rip up there. I don't mind taking like a small position here, and then see if we can get a longer term fade on AMD. I'm in with 200 shares. We're gonna see if we can get a longer term fade here.
All right, guys. All right. Definitely, guys, if you guys can go ahead and support the channel, hit the like, guys. John and I both taking first trade there, 1,000 shares.
Yeah, we both mine was accidental. I'd love to take credit for my win, but it was just a completely accident. It was just completely accident.
It happens, man. It happens.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Win coming back here. Going to take a look to see how much it's going to pop up here. I'm going to look for more of a pop up to 77.70. Give it a little bit of room.
All right, so I'm in my little fade on AMD. I'm holding 200 shares, so very small position. We're just trying to ride it down some. I don't mind just being a little bit more lenient with this one. Yeah, I'm gonna take half off there. Hold this 100 shares, let it really break down here. down to like 53.50 is the ideal target here.
And that one today, you know why I felt SDC was going to get destroyed? And Kramer. My man, he destroyed this stock when someone called in yesterday.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's really getting hit. Like, not only just a little bit, but like some big traders were like, all right, well, let's go ahead and tackle this one down today.
Right.
It's down there from 855 at the open all the way down to 788 already, John. That's a big move.
Yeah, for sure. I ended up getting out of AMD with my last little bit. Made a little bit, about break even on the day really here, guys. But yeah, I got out the rest. That was a little bit longer term of a fade. And the fade worked well.
Big squeeze and win.
I Speak in Brazil showed this live. Hey, what's up, brother? One of my favorite fighters, Anderson Silva, is from Brazil. Looking at MU here.
No one could move like that man when he was fresh.
He was a killer, man. He was a beast, dude. He embarrassed people, bro. Embarrassed them.
Dancing in the ring.
Yeah.
With no gloves on.
Yeah. Alright, I'm looking at MU here. See if we get a momentum scalp on the bottom. Maybe under 45.
Alright, guys. My resorts came back big. I'm watching right now win. I want to see it reject this 73 again. And I can get short in the 50s. Risk off that 78.88.
Alright, I'm looking at MU. I'm going to jump in with 500 shares here. Giving it one more second to see if it breaks down. There's 97s. There we go. 96.
Big rejection there off the 70s.
Alright, I took a little bit off of MU here. I'm still holding 100 shares. We're getting the breakdown. There we go. We got a quick bounce. Not what I wanted to see. Alright. People taking profits, just causing that bounce.
Car looks good for a fade.
90s, 89, 88. I'm trying to be patient with this one, team. 86, 82s. I'm gonna get out there. Nice little gain, up a few bucks on the day. Kind of fighting my way back on MU. Yeah, I mean, the whole point of Addicted, though, is to scale up in size. And so even if commissions eat a lot of my wins now, I'm still profiting a solid amount. And I'm at this point in time, my account's in the well into the profit. I'm like almost $9,000 into the profit. So it just depends. Right now it's a transitioning week. Like, I'm still learning to scale up. I'm just recently scaling up. So it is what it is.
All right, guys, got to see another rejection and win from the 70s. Looking for that big rejection move and then for it to come back down through the 76.
All right, I'm looking at AMD, guys. Look at this rip in AMD on the upside.
Yeah, technology is the one, like I told you in the beginning of the day, man. That's my major concern. If technology goes green, you guys might even see me stop shorting. Right now, it's in the red. 0.66, so less than a percentage point, but still in the red right now. From the open, the one that went the biggest red was energy and financial services. This is getting interesting in win.
Because, yeah, I mean, the goal for me is not to make $200 with big size. The goal is to make $500, and that way I profit like 300 of that. And I've been profitable and consistently profitable enough to hit that as well. It's just at this point in time, like, it's just a transitioning period where I'm learning to scale up. I'm probably going to burn a lot of commissions, and that's okay because it's just a learning process of me scaling up. Happens to everybody. You know, I could go to a no PDT broker, but, you know, in the end, I don't have 25 grand just laying around to put into it, you know. I got some new songs here, guys. Let me know what you guys think of the new songs.
All right, I'm gonna try to get 60s here and win. I saw that rejection there of 79. It looked really nice. See if I can get 60s. Ooh, showed up for a second there on the bid. All right, just took a little bit.
I'm scalping AMD underneath this level here, 500 shares. We're gonna see if we can take a quick win from it below the whole dollar or the half dollar.
All right, guys, I got it in there at 78.65s for win. I'm shorting, and I'm risking up to 79.11 with 50 shares. About a $25 risk.
Oof. Got squeezed up big in AMD. It's all right. I'll put bitch up. But yeah, down $52 on the day. I'm kind of going back and forth, which is all right. Like I said, it's been a really profitable 4 months, so no matter what, I'll be all right.
Remember, guys, 79.10s will get me out, guys.
No, that's not zero commissions. No,
right
roughly
there.
no PDT platform is zero commissions.
This is why I had to stop place, guys. It's a reversal trade. Reversal trades, I trend to get as small as possible early. This is why. Look at that squeeze that got put on me. I didn't have my stop place. I got a great fill there. 50 cents more than what I wanted to lose. I'm not mad. $25 loss there. I'm still in the green, $25. Gave myself a chance for a big reversal. It actually squeezed there big. So be careful for some big reversals in the resorts.
Yeah, look at this squeeze on AMD. Squeeze on the SPY itself. If the SPY breaks over 285, that's a huge level. So remember, guys, this 285 level in the SPY itself, I think it's the largest level. I saved so much money with this trade on AMD. I got out down here, but ooh, man, I would have lost so much if I would have stayed into it. So I'm glad I got out when I did there. But yeah, the next big level for the SPY is this 285 level that we're at right now. Remember, these two levels are the ones I drew in pre-market. And so if we break over this, it's going to be a bullish sentiment in the market. Yeah, what's up, Netron? How you doing, brother? Yeah, I mean, a lot of platforms are zero commission, but you're going to be restricted by the PDT rule. And so, you know, it is what it is. Everything has pros and cons, but, you know, I can day trade as much as I want. I can short stocks.
All right, guys, CNK back up there to the VWAP. Be careful also AMC at VWAP.
I got squeezed out of MU. I'm down 112 on the day, but small. Yesterday I made like a few hundred, like 300 and something. So gotta keep telling myself that so I don't get super frustrated. But it's all right. Like I said, I've come back from much worse, and so we'll see what we do. I gotta slow it down a little bit. I can tell I'm getting a little bit impatient here, so I'm gonna slow it down. Maybe hang out with the good old people in the chat. DDOG, I haven't seen that one. What's up, Jedi? What's up, dude? Schwab's Street Smart Edge. I don't mind Schwab. I just think I think that like there's different pros and cons to everything. You know what I mean? Like some platforms you're gonna get a really good platform, but you're gonna pay a premium for that. Some platforms there's no commission, but you know the fills are gonna be worse. You're gonna get you know, platform issues sometimes, like Robinhood, you know, minimalist platform, other ones where you're going to get to day trade with no PDT rule, you're going to get to short, you're going to get a lot of leverage, like my platform, you know, but, you know, there are restrictions to longer term trading, and so there's pros and cons to every single platform out there, team, you know.
All right, guys, looking at SDC here, it's really getting interesting for a fade. It just touched the VWAP. I was getting interested there in 790s, but I really wanted to see an 8 touch first. I'm trying to look to see if it's going to get that 8 touch. It could just fade away from here, but it's giving me a nice fade look.
SPY rebounding big here. Might look for some longs if we start to break some highs here for some of these stocks. I mean, the SPY is still down a huge amount already.
It's already getting hit a little bit here. I'm going to wait. I don't want to just jump in.
Richie says Schwab gives you margin shorting, access to security, no PDT rule, and 0 commission if your account is over 25 grand. Well, yeah, no. That's every platform. But
it's okay. Just
yeah.
let me borrow it.
Yeah, like 25 grand, no problem. You know. But no, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like with my platform, I can, like my account's an $8,000 account and I got way more buying power and no PDT rule, shorting ability, all that stuff. So, you know.
Hey, John,
Hey,
I got the perfect stimulus bill.
What's up?
Everyone gets a day trading account.
Right. 25 G's. You get 25 G's. You get 25 G's. I'm the Oprah of the day trading world, you know.
You know, I had some guy talk about the stimulus bill, and he was like, bro, you know what $3 trillion is divided by every single person in the United States? We could have all got like 30 grand.
Day traders.
Took it.
Right. We'll be the day trading nation, bro. Yeah.
But I like how he says it. I mean, hey, you don't need to bring businesses back. You need to bring demand back.
Right.
Give the people some money.
Right. You need to bring spending back, consumer spending. That's all it is. Businesses, like, it doesn't matter if they stay, but people just need to spend money. We need to have GDP movement.
That's where it would get concerning. That's depression, when people stop spending money.
Right.
All right, guys, this one's getting interesting here, guys. I think it might get smacked. Yeah, it's getting smacked a little bit. I'm going to try to start her here, and then I'll try to add in if it bounces here. I'm telling you, this stock, I gotta say, I'm such a bear in this stock.
Which one?
SDC.
Oh.
Direct Club. All right, guys, if this doesn't break 71s here, we're scalping this, so we're just staying with the momentum. There's a big seller there at 770s. It might hold it up. Let's see if it breaks it. They broke through there. I'm gonna take it off right there, guys. Take a little scalp there. Takes 20 bucks back. Look for a bounce up here to the VWAP to get short again.
No, I mean, if I have over 25 G's in an account, I'll probably get a big boy platform. But, you know, that's not to say anything against TEFs, but I think that's just the natural evolution. You know, I don't think TEFs platforms are for people that have that much money to spare anyway, you know.
Alright, guys, made some money back. Now hanging out, looking for SDC to bounce up a little bit here. Ooh, CNK looks good.
Can y'all hear my son laughing in there? It's kind of loud. Let me know what you guys think about new music too. I did get some new music. Let me see.
Looking for a little pop up here in CNK to get short. I saw AMC head down there from the VWAP fade. So I'm trying to go ahead and get a little momentum push here. Try to fake out some shorts, and then I'd get short myself. Risk would be 69 or 70. Order out right now at 62 to get filled, and it's right now in 59s. All right, guys, pushing up here, trying to get filled here at 62 for CNK. I just rejected really quickly. Yeah, might never make it back.
I caught a really nice short on LYFT, but I'm still down about 80 bucks on the day. Still small, but we're gonna see what else we can find. Market rejected. Remember, guys, remember what level I talked about in the SPY? It was that 85 level, that 285 level. That's a huge level that we've respected a ton. And you can see exactly where it went, team. So we'll see what happens from now on, but we did reject at 285, and we are heading down with the overall market right now. Hold it down, Mitch. I gotta go to the restroom.
You got it, man. Looking for a pop in SDC, and also looking at CNK here. Looking for a little pop above VWAP to get short for a fade also. Looks like it might crack here. Took a starter there, guys. 200 shares. Starter, I'm short. CNK, guys. Didn't get the best fill. Got a 48.05. 48.5. Just giving it a starter just in case it wants to decide to just crash right here. Hey, appreciate the love, Carlos. Like always, guys, appreciate any love that you guys give. If you always want to support the channel, hit the like, hit the subscribe. That's really in the end how you guys can support us the best. That's how we can get to other traders, and then so we can get and keep disrupting kind of the guru game. That's really what we do here, guys. We disrupt the guru game, kind of the anti-gurus here. Just working at it, guys. Everyday process of trading.
All right, I'm back. For me, they take like 15%, but it's only on net profit. And again, I mean, like I said, I'm up in this account. I'm up 8,566 bucks, and so they're gonna take like what, like 800 bucks, 1,000 bucks, something very small. Still up well into the account. So I mean, I think that they're giving me a ton of buying power for $8,000. People act like it's a deposit. Like the reality is, for 400 bucks, the base package, they're giving you 14,000 to trade with, and so of course they're going to take a part. It's not like it's a normal deposit. They're giving you a ton of buying power, and so it's a little bit different.
All right, guys, just added there, guys. Added there. Looking for the knockdown.
But I appreciate the love, guys. We got 114 likes in here. Hit that subscribe button if you guys haven't already. We do this live for free every day, but again, like, we're not experts. We're not gurus. We just teach people our systems. It might work for you. It might not. And so always test them for yourself. See if they work for you. And we're just kind of walking people through the processes of our trading. And yeah, it's one of those things where the more day trading is one of those things where it's like the more you do it, the more you realize you don't know, you know. And so we're just trying to be out here telling people that we're not experts, and you know, we can show people what works for us, but in the end it might not work for you because everybody's personality is a little bit different. All right, market's up there testing that 285 level. We're testing 285 right now.
All right, gotta be careful here, guys. Getting a little bit of a push. Don't want to see AMC backed by VWAP. Want to see that one just get smacked here.
What's up, Robert? What's up, Jorge? Is it George or Jorge? I'm thinking of Jorge Masvidal.
A little bit too much consolidation here. Gotta be careful.
Yeah, but F1 is the same thing. It's they're giving you way more than 6 times buying power, though, man. And I used a bunch of buying power, but the whole point, it's not how much I use, it's how much I can use if I need to. Regardless, like, listen, if it's not for you, don't use it, you know. But just sitting here just to argue about it, you know what I mean? Yeah, for sure. Appreciate it. Like I said, it works for me. I'm building up profits. I'm making money on it. So, I mean, I'm just going to stick with what's working for me, you know?
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. That 6 times leverage wouldn't work for me. I'd only have $1,800.
Yeah, like Mitch's account's $399. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
That's the benefit. And that's the real benefit, right? It's that, you know what I mean? Like,
all right, guys, be careful getting a little squeeze here.
yeah, I'm in AMD with 500 shares. We're going to see if we get a squeeze up. But yeah, shout out to Carlos. Carlos came in here and said, I see your account's growing, John. It is, man. It's growing pretty solid amount. So I appreciate the support, brother. Thank you, man.
All right, guys, put a stop there at 1262. I want to make sure I hold towards my stop, because if I get out here, and I can always get back in. Gotten a little bit choppy here in the last 15 minutes.
There we go. I'm going to take half off of AMD. We're up to 70s now. Beautiful. I'm going to get out the rest there. So just scalped a nice move on AMD. Only down 30 bucks on the day. We're clawing back at it. We're doing it. We're clawing back. We got this.
You see a rejection here off of 60.
Yeah, for sure I did. Yeah, no stress, brother.
Yeah, stop this out. 62 is kind of that price I was looking at before. So I'm just going to keep an eye on it. Look for a crackdown, and I could always get back in it.
I'm looking at AMD here again as it pulls back. I'm going to jump in with 500 shares here. See if we get a quick rip up. I might keep this one a one and done trade depending on how it acts. But ideally we're looking for a bounce up to like 65, 67s. Break even right now. I was going to keep it a one and done, but I think I'm going to take partial there and then hold the last 200 to let it really work up there. See if we get up to like 75 ideally. Keep it pretty risk adverse. 70s again. Let's see if we get a high to daybreak. That 75
All right,
level.
guys.
There
Big rejection there.
All right, so I'm technically greeting gross profit. I'm sure I'm down a ton in commission, so that's probably a little bit misleading. But I'm learning to take the bigger size, and I'm consistent enough that I can turn it around and actually make some money. But, you know, gotta reel in my patience and wait for some A+ setups, I think, is what I'm learning. This is the first week the first full week where I'm really attempting to use, you know, big size, like 500, 1,000 shares. And so there's definitely going to be a learning curve that comes along with this. And so just bear with me. Yeah, never go to Dr. whatever his name is. If anybody needs to spam like a random chat room, they're probably not that successful. So just giving you a heads up, never go to him. He's probably going to rip you off.
All right, guys, I got that starter back in the CNK there. I like SDC too, man. Rejected really well off of 808. I'm going to look for another rejection off 808, and I'll get back into that one.
Yeah, addicted. Like I said, I'm not going to just keep going back and forth. You're like, I'm not arguing, I'm chilling, and then, you know. But if you think if you think we're not honest about them, then you're not paying attention, man. You know, we're very honest about them. We talk about their pros, cons, talk about our bias in their favor. And so, like I said, if you think we don't, I don't think you're paying attention, brother. But that's the last thing I'm going to say about it. I'm not going to keep arguing. But we got that really nice rip up in AMD. I'm slowly clawing my way back.
Getting hit a little bit there. Let's see if we could just get smacked here. That's what I'm hoping for. Quick smack there. There you go. Starting to look good. See if AMC gets some volume here.
Thoughts on Warrior Trader? I mean, yeah, they have some good things and some bad things. I mean, I think their good content is good if you're trying to trade penny stocks. I'm not much of a penny stock trader in that regard, though, so it's going to depend. But, you know, I'm kind of anti-guru for the most part. But they're not terrible. Their free content's not terrible. I'm not hating on them, you know. They got some good content for free. That's probably the first real course I watched. One Trading is Ross's penny stock course. I'm looking at Uber. It's pulling back to that previous closing price. Yeah, addicted. Right now, brother, I'm going to trade, man. So I got to focus on trading. If you want to, like, we'll talk about all that stuff later. You know, like I said, I don't want to get wrapped out. I'm going to kind of focus on trading right now. Yeah, no stress. But yeah, we'll talk about it later, brother. Alright, I'm in Uber with 500 shares. I'm looking to see if it holds that previous closing price as support. I'll keep my risk around there. I think one thing I need to start doing with this bigger sizing is I need to start doing it a one and done style trading instead of scaling out as much. I think that burns up too much commissions when I do that. But I'm still learning to do it, so it's a process.
CGC looks good. That thing faded beautifully.
There's 54s. If we could hold over 54s, I like the strength in this one a lot more, but not really loving this one right now. We'll see if we can get a strong push. We really just need to see this one hold over 50, and if it can, I just need to be strict with it and get out. $0.50 is a really significant level here that I gotta watch closely. If it can't hold above that, I just gotta bail out of this thing. It's
Increase there in CNK.
You said you got in something?
Yeah, CNK. Add.
Okay.
It's pretty much the same trade, guys. It's just done over again. AMC is getting hit. I'm expecting a turnaround here. Let's see if we get it.
Yeah, maybe I could have taken some profit here with Uber, but I'm trying to give it the time to work. I appreciate it, Budley. Thanks, brother. Didn't want to say anything. You need to chill out and be more aggressive. Yeah, for sure. I got to start focusing on my trades for sure. I probably got
That's
my
just how
exit
it
here.
goes. I'm liking LVS triple top at 46 there. Yeah, 46 looks good for a reversal in LVS. LVS looking great there.
Here, we'll talk about it later, Addicted. Like I said, man, I'm trying to focus on my trading. $3.99 gets you 14,000 in buying power to trade with. So like $400 gets you 14K to trade with. But yeah, we'll talk about it later.
All right, getting a little bit of a squeeze here in CNK. Need to see it hold here.
Oh, if you're in something, I might get in Uber again. We just need to see some strength. All right, market getting rejected. Pulling back some here.
Okay, I can tell you guys, healthcare is in the green. And what happened to technology, John? It's 0.006 now, and it just ticked green.
Interesting.
So I've been letting you guys know those are the two. If you're trading long, technology and healthcare is really where you want to be.
Yeah.
Because they just been ripping and ripping and ripping.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, got one more rejection there. Looking good. Now if it cracks this 49, it might add again, guys. Trying to put a little bit more risk here, but overall doing really good for the week, up about $500. So we'll take some risks today. I like that move in CNK. Now I just need to see it get smacked here. All right, guys, I'm gonna go for it here. Stick to that high as my out now. 55s is my out.
Hey, appreciate it, Robert. You said great channel. Thanks. Yeah, no stress, man.
All right, guys, going for the home run swing here, guys. If you guys, like always, guys, want to support us, hit the like, guys. Taking some bigger size in here. Taking a swing.
Hey, good luck, bro.
Get this knocked down here. Regardless, this is what I try to do, guys. Get myself in a position where I feel I have some strength. Can take a little size, take a swing for the day. And sometimes you hit it, sometimes you won't. And it's not really about that. It's about taking that consistent approach. So let's see what happens here. Right, anything above, close it above this 56, and we'll have to go ahead and get out. Rejected well there. Another nice rejection. Let's see if we get a strong rejection here.
All right, I'm in 1,000 shares of LYFT, guys.
A little bit of a breakdown there. Definitely 56. Anything above that, you have to get out because this should be the breakdown.
Just took half off of my 1,000 shares, still holding a little bit. I'll let the last 500 shares work. See if we get a breakdown down to like 75, 70 or so, maybe.
Little squeeze there. Got to be careful, guys.
75. I'm gonna take another half off there. Gonna hold this 200 shares. See if we get a larger breakdown down to like 28.50 or so. There's 69s. So we get down to like 65 maybe. I'll get out now. The rest at 75. Beautiful. I'm gonna take that.
I'm hoping for this next leg down here.
I just got out the rest of that last 200 shares at around 65. I'm up a little bit under $80 on the day. Probably about break even right now though. But rebounded some nicely. Caught the fake out fade on LYFT.
Good trade there, John.
Thanks, man.
Alright guys, let's see what happens here. If this does stop me out, I'm probably just going to go ahead and end the day. Just be smart. I don't want to put too much risk today. If I lose, 60, 80 bucks even, that's fine. Up over $500 for the week, so just want to be smart. Give myself some shots today. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, get on out of here.
Oof, yeah, VTIQ ripped up here, guys. Monstrous squeeze above 34. Huge move.
Alright guys, big volume there. Gotta be careful here. Should reject down, but if it doesn't get above that, we gotta get out.
Yeah, VTIQ had a beautiful rip above that high of the day and pre-market high. It's now pulling back. Huge drop down to 32, the whole dollar, and then bouncing there. So much volatility for VTIQ. Look at the spread. Oof. That's a ridiculous mover, man. I'm not trading that one. There's too many fake outs there, I think. Unless some type of catalyst just dropped on it, I'm not going to touch that thing right now. It's just too risky.
Alright guys, about to get stopped out. It's definitely pressuring me, but what it's doing is just consolidating. And I could either hold to the top of the resistance, but since I've already sized in too much here, I gotta cut it. Gotta cut it. It's 59 is about to get cut. Then just immediately get back under 56. There's no share size filling there. These 57s. Saw some shares go through there. I'm stepping out. Alright guys, took a little bit bigger hit there, but that's normal. Took a shot. That's how it happens sometimes. Didn't want to give my shot there to get up there to the 65s. There's definitely no need for that to happen.
Yeah, you're down a little, like, it's just like $100. It's small relative to how you
my original plan was to short this one more at 62. If you goes back, you guys will hear me say 62s. I got a little bit impatient maybe in this consolidation area. Should have waited for the full breakdown. But at the end of the day, all you can do is just set yourself up, right? And
yep.
That happens sometimes.
Yep. I'm looking at LYFT here. We get a break under this level now. I might short into it. This level here at 60, I might look to just scalp 10 cents down to 50 if we get a break there at 28.60. Depends on what the market's going to do here as well, but that's what I'm looking at right now with about 500 shares or so. What's the best penny stock right now? I don't know, man. I know CYCC was popping off in pre-market, but as for like where it's going to go long term, I really have no idea. Most of the penny stocks I see that gap up huge usually just end up failing once they hit the bottoms.
Looks like it's getting weak now, but
Alright, I'm right around my entry level for LYFT here. Gotta wait for that 60 level to break, see if we get a pull down to 28.50 and then a break under the $0.5 for this move, but I'm getting ready to short. I'm gonna get out here. I just jumped in 500 shares. Let's hope it doesn't fake me out. Let's hope it keeps dropping down for me. Got a nice little drop. We just need the spread to even out a little bit. Spread's not super favorable for me, really. See if that previous.
There you go. Now we're getting that crack in CNK here. That's how it happens sometimes. You know, I got stopped out by 1 cent. Would be looking really good here. Looking for a bounce up, maybe see what's going to go, what's happening here.
We're at 57s for lift. We're getting a little bit of a squeeze back up. I'm gonna give, just kind of sit here. I'm break even right now. Ideally, we'd like it down to 50, but if we don't get that, that's okay. I'm gonna just keep it pretty tight. We're up a little bit in it, so we got a little bit of room. I don't mind it. Just the spread's what's eating me here. See if we get a crack under 28.50 is the ideal situation. It's 54s. Consolidating here for sure. It's 53s. I don't mind taking half off there. I don't know if I caught it. I think I was just a little bit too late, but that's going to protect me enough in the trade to not stress it. Probably a break-even trade now, though. It bounced right before I took profits, unfortunately. And now I can just be a little bit more loose with this, though.
Now CNK breaking down a little bit there now, the 45s and 47s.
John, when he sees this baby AMD, yeah. There's 53s. We're getting a 28.50 test here of lift. Like I said, I'm only on 200 shares now. It doesn't, relatively insignificant here with this one, but. Gonna use this level as my risk up here. Maybe I could add to it, but it's 52s. Wish I would have held the larger portion of this position, but like I said, it's still a learning process. I'm trying to learn to deal with all these new emotions that come with scaling up in size like this, so I'm learning. Gotta be a little bit more patient, I think, with my winners here.
Starter there, SDC. Starter in SDC, guys.
I'm gonna add another 200 shares to this. I don't mind this. We'll see if it comes back and gets me. I see the SPY breaking down, and so I don't mind taking 400 shares here, see if we get a break back down to that level as the SPY pushes down here, but I'm gonna keep it pretty easy though. A huge rip up. I just got to get out there. Unfortunate, but you know, about break even day. I've been kind of swingy. Mitch is in something, so I'll put him up. With Uber and Lyft rideshares, we're getting a bounce. CNHI will be making parts for VTIQ.
Yeah, did you see CNK now down to 1240s? Just got stopped out, you know, 1 or 2 cents there, guys. So that happens.
CNK?
Yeah, it's breaking down now to the 1240s.
Oh yeah, triple top there too.
Yeah, you know, it just wicked me out on that wick, that last little wick. If not, would have been sitting up about $80-90 on that trade.
Remember guys, hit that subscribe button. We do this live for free every single day right here on YouTube. And so if you appreciate what we do here, smash the subscribe button. We do this live every day. We never claim to be experts or gurus, and we actually just broke over 22,000 subscribers, guys. Appreciate the love, team. Appreciate the support. Definitely appreciate all the love today, guys. IDXG halted, 4 million float. Oof, yeah, rip up there. In penny stock land.
You know what's a funny penny stock chart to look at?
Which one?
Remember on Monday there was some guy like, yo, you guys are not looking at APOP?
Yeah, poop.
Why?
I mean,
Go take a look what it did on Monday.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes me laugh every time, man.
A pop was not a poppin'. Hilarious joke.
I mean, a poop
Was
has
a
been
poopin'.
a poop
Yeah.
for like years now.
Yeah, you gotta love nicknames. We had the Plague. A poop. Spy ripping up here, guys. Spy's up to 285. Big rip. Something happened. Let me find it. Something happened in the market, guys. We got a big rip up. 285s. We're going up to 286 now. Okay, yeah, so the European Commission President von der Leyen said the recovery fund will be on top of the upcoming EU budget, but money will be channeled through the budget and will be focused on parts of Europe hit the most. And so that's what just came out here.
See if this can get hit here.
Yeah, big rip. Huge rip in the market. Market testing highs of the day here.
Yeah, pushing up. It's a little concerning for me in my short. Saw a lot of volume stack in there, and that's why I got a little bit more, but gotta be smart here. Don't want to see a reversal from here. Nah, it's squeezing. Market changing it around here. Yeah, I'm not gonna fight it.
Yeah, I jumped in with 600 shares of MU on the long side. Oh, I love it, buddy. Thank you, buddy. That looks so great. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. See, I'm in MU, very short-term trade. Been really close to break even today, and I'm sure there'll be other moves, but
yeah, didn't want to risk it there, guys. Took a 5-cent loss there instead of trying to push into it.
we're gonna let the market pull back and test this previous high. but it should be bullish. Oof, big drop. I got out. It might have stopped me out just ever so slightly there, but you know, I'm not gonna risk that. Break even day right now, just definitely swingy. Trading too much too. Interesting dynamic is whether the market bounces at that support now.
Yeah, I'm not feeling on point today. I'm just going to go ahead and be smart, save my profits for the week, and get on out of here, guys. Like always, guys, if you guys want to keep up with us, definitely check out the platform that John and I use every single day. The really great thing about this platform is really that it gives us a funded account program. Lets you go ahead and day trade as much as you want with no PDT. As much buying power on the intro account as 14,000. And really cheap commissions and ability to short stocks. Anything that's tradable, you will be ability to short it. You know, they don't restrict certain stocks for certain buying power. What they do is they just pretty much make it either tradable or not. And I think that's makes it simple for a beginner trader. And that's really what we recommend TradeNet for. It's for the beginner trader to really start getting his feet wet, start getting those processes down, and being able to master their process. It gives you not only a funded account program, it's going to give you that cheap commissions, access to a chat room, and also some training education. All this for less than $400. You really can't get that anywhere else.
Yeah, sorry guys, I'm in MU. I'm definitely mismanaging the swing rip up. I'm holding this, and I might add a little bit to it here just because the market's ripping up, and that should drag stocks like AMD and MU up. I missed the push on MU. It ended up faking me out. If you guys remember, I got in at like 55, and then it ripped up to 75 before it stopped me out, or after it stopped me out. And so I'm definitely mismanaging this a little bit. But I do think we're going to squeeze here, and so I don't mind taking 600 shares and seeing if we rip up, and trying to be patient with this as well because the market just made a huge swing.
All right, guys, last thing before I get on out of here, guys, definitely check out our new channel. Our new channel is really about more business ideas and investing. I'm going to be really working on coming out with some videos for investing. You know, the stories are changing ever so. Like we saw in my AMC video, the story changed on Amazon trying to buy them. But what we'll do is definitely focus on these videos more and more as we keep looking for stories in the investing world and talking about them, coming up with them. The really great thing about this channel is really about comments. It's really for us to work together, really learn the process of how we can look at investing and research. So definitely check it out, guys. That's our brand new channel, Beginner Business and Investing.
Yeah, I'm holding AMD. We're getting some squeezes. I don't mind taking some more off if we get a nice squeeze up to like 80. I'll take a little bit off there. That's okay. And then I'm holding 300 shares.
All right, guys. Have a great one.
Later, brother. Yeah, there's 80s. I'm going to take out half there, and I'm just going to hold the rest and keep my profit and find something else to attack. Still green, but I'm sure I'm down after commissions. I'm definitely over trading today. It's been a swingy day, certainly, guys. Yeah, for sure. Lucas. All right, so yeah, basically, I'll touch on what Mitch mentioned earlier. So basically, with tested TradeNet, there's a lot of benefits for new traders. Like, they're going to take a percentage of your profit. But the reason they're going to do that, first of all, let me clarify this, right? Like these packages, they're educational packages, right? The packages you buy are educational packages. So it comes with a course and a demo account and access to their chat room. And a lot of times they let the students who sign up for the educational package be in the funded account program, which has different levels. You know, if you buy the base package, the funded account program that lets you be in, once you're approved, gives you $14,000 in buying power to trade with. It's not a deposit because really you're a contractor for them once you're approved into that, and they're allowing you to trade their account, right? So it's not your account, it's their account, and you're just a contractor for them, right? So that's that's how it works. And the base package, like I said, you're spending $400, $399. I think it's actually $375 on sale right now. So $375, that's getting you $14,000 to trade with once you're approved. There's no PDT rule. You can short stocks, and it comes with a lot of other stuff, like the bundle makes perfect sense for new traders. In the end, though, there's pros and cons to everything, right? There are some flaws, like specifically, there's not many penny stocks that are tradable on there, and so if you're a penny stock trader, you know, specifically like low float penny stocks, you're not going to find that many stocks to trade, unfortunately. It's not really meant for those type of stocks. I think the criteria they use is if it has less than 500,000 shares traded per day on average over a 6-month period, it's not listed on their platform. And so if you're a penny stock trader, probably not the right platform for you. There's not that many penny stocks. You're going to be disappointed because there's not that many penny stocks. But if you're a mid and high cap trader like me, in that regard, I think it makes a lot of sense. But with that said, I think it really shines specifically for like new traders, because if you think about what new traders have to go through, right? New traders end up saving up, anywhere between like $1,000 to $5,000 to $10,000. They save up thousands of dollars, deposit into an account, and then usually, let's be real for a second, new traders are going to lose all of that. New traders are just going to lose. It doesn't matter if they go to TEFs or TradeNet. It doesn't matter if they go to any other platform. A new day trader specifically is usually going to lose their first few accounts, and so it makes practical sense to trade with a very small, cheap account at first, because you're probably going to lose it anyway. The people saying that you should save up and deposit thousands and thousands of dollars into your first account doesn't make any practical sense. You're probably going to lose that account. And in that regard, TradeNet really makes a ton of sense. Yes? Hey, good morning. Here, I love you. I'm doing stuff. It doesn't make any sense that way, because it just makes sense to trade with the cheapest account possible. And I think the $399 account on TradeNet makes a ton of sense. You're spending $399, you're getting a ton of buying power, you're getting a ton of leverage, you're being able to short stocks, there's no PDT rule, it comes with a course, a demo account, chat room, less than $400. I think that bundle makes sense. Of course, we're biased though, because we post referral links for them and make a commission if you sign up. And so naturally, obviously, we're going to be biased in their favor. But like objectively speaking, I think it's a pretty cheap way to get started. You have the potential to make money. It operates kind of like a prop firm. So there's a 70-30 split with the base package. And there's a $700 max loss. You do want to understand that. And so if you take the $14,000 account and turn it in and lose $700 and go to and get under $13,300, they close you down, right? But again, objectively speaking, it's cheap. Not great for penny stocks, but it's not really meant for penny stocks, and you do have to pay commissions as well. But it's all subjective. Some people it's gonna be good for them. Penny stock traders is probably not. But like that's really like what it is, and I hope that makes sense. But yeah, if you want to check them out, like I said, I'll post the link. We do make a commission if you sign up, but it's a cheap way to get started in my opinion. And yeah, there's the link if you want to support our channel here. So once approved just means like as long as you haven't signed up for multiple intro accounts before. Like you can't sign up for more than 2 intro packages. And so that's what the approval process is for. But it's best to reach out to them and ask them.
This isn't a poster, but like
Hey, I know, buddy. But hey, buddy, let me work. Okay? Thank you, bud. Sorry, my son keeps coming up to me. Yeah, for sure, and it only makes sense, right? People are gonna hate on it because trading's an emotional thing, right? Trading makes people emotional, right? Nobody likes to lose money, and if you do lose money, most of the time, people aren't mature enough to be accountable and introspective to be like, yeah, I took a bunch of dumb trades. Instead, a lot of the time, what they do is they blame their platform, and so they put a bunch of bad reviews and all this nonsense because they're too immature to be introspective, to be like, yeah, the reality is, it's a pretty solid deal, honestly. And like I said, is it the perfect platform? No. Are there flaws? Yes. Is it a cheap way to get started where you're risking a small amount for a new trader and you're getting to actually day trade a decent account? Yes, objectively speaking, I think. But again, everybody's a little bit different. Yeah, basically. For sure, and that's that's basically what it is. Addicted. It's very similar to that. Nah, I mean I'm in my office area. Y'all want to see my office? This is my office area. You guys can see it if y'all want. Look, I'm gonna take down the green screen real quick and show you guys. Check it out. Here. It's my dining room, living room, front room of my house there. You can see my son in there playing with chalk. My daughter's desk right there. Dining room table. So yeah, I don't really have a door per se in here to close, and it's alright. They can, I gotta kick him out, but my wife's in there with him too, so it's alright. There we go. Magic. Hey, what's up, Lucas? Hey, welcome, brother. Appreciate it, man. Alright, but yeah, I burned up way too many commissions today, guys. Way too many. I don't know what I'm going to do here. I'm going to look for some trades, but I mean, I'm up 40 bucks in the day. It's good. I'm certainly down after commissions. I'm just trading too much. It's my fault for sure. Hey, see you, Steve. Later, brother. Also, guys, go check out our second channel. Like Mitch said, we have a second channel. And, like you said, if you guys know me, you guys know I run a lot of different online businesses. I've run multiple online businesses that pay the bill at my house and help me to be comfortable for sure. And just to break it down, I run 2 Amazon businesses. I'm a real estate agent, mostly a referral agent, but I have my full license, so I can do a lot of other stuff too. I am a YouTuber, obviously. I do this YouTube. I day trade stocks. I do freelance web development, specializing in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React library, mostly front-end stuff. And we run the second channel as well. So yeah, I do a lot of different stuff in online business world. I recently purchased a blog on flippa.com as an investment that makes pretty solid money and gets really good organic Google traffic. Also, if you want to write for the site, I'm needing writers. I've already hired one guy from our chat. I need writers. I'll pay anywhere between 20, 40 bucks an article, depending on how long and well it's written. If you want to write for me, let me know in the Discord. Send me a message. We'll see what's up. And but yeah, go check out our second channel. In the second channel, we're breaking down our small online business endeavors. We do a lot of different stuff. Mitch just put out a video on investing analytics, breaking down the movie theater sector. So we're going to be doing a little bit of analytics for longer term investing in different sectors in the stock market, like the movie theater sector, all of that stuff. And then I'm going to be reviewing my small business ideas, knowledge and stuff like that. And just like this channel, it's all going to be free. We're not charging for a penny unless you're trying to write for us. We're not charging for anything. Everything on the second channel is going to be completely free, just like this one. And, again, we're not experts or gurus, but we're just showing people our thought process. And so if you want to check out the second channel, so there's the new channel. The topic is making money from home, online businesses. And so mostly the channel is like affiliate marketing, AdSense, just make money from home. Business ideas is mostly what the channel's about, or mostly what the blog's about. But yeah, the thing is, you gotta actually be able to write. Like, you guys know me, like, I'm a writer myself. I actually forgot to mention that. Like, I'm a writer myself. Like, I wrote on Fiverr for a long time, had like over 100 orders, never got a bad review, and so I know how to write. I just don't have the time to write and keep track of everything. And so that's the reality. Yeah, the new channel is called Beginner Business and Investing. Alright, so we're getting some big, strong breakdowns in the market here, guys. I don't know if I trust this MU breakdown. Look at MU here. I don't know if I trust this move, but this is a big bounce or a big rejection. If we bounce up to 45.20, I might attack some on the downside, but we need a bounce back there, back down there. Yeah, Mitch left. The delay is like a minute just because we have trade ideas. Shout out to trade ideas as well. But yeah, the delay is like a minute, and Trade Ideas test drive is going on right now. Lets you try them out for $9 for 2 weeks, which is super cheap. Basically, I pay like $118 a month for Trade Ideas, and so the fact that you could try out basically half of that for $9 is super cheap. And if you want to check that out, there's the link. Look up in the chat, Jedi. There's a link in the chat. Go up to where it says new channel, and then there's a link. I don't want to post too many links, but yeah, we get a bounce up to here. I might short into this, but we need a bounce up to there on AMD and MU. We're getting some big range moves here. I don't mind taking like 200 here or 300 here, and then slowly adding maybe another 300 as we bounce up to 45.10, and then keep my limit 45.10. And I can take 300 now just in case we don't hold and we just break down a little bit early, so that I'll profit some if it breaks down early. But if it gets to my preferred entry, I'll add to that up to, like I said, 45.10 or so. Alright, so we are getting this breakdown in AMD. Never got a chance to add fully, size up fully. And yeah, here's our Discord link, if anybody wants to, yeah, reach out to me through there about the thing. Yeah, I got it. No, I'll get back to you once the stream's over, brother. I got you. Right, there's 96. We're getting a little bit of a breakdown. Like I said, the problem, though, is that the market bounces where this previous support is. It's going to cause an upward bullish move short term on MU, and it's just about whether I can hold through that move, if that makes sense. That's what I'm really looking at here. And so we'll see. Like I said, though, we bounce up. I'm going to add a little bit more to this one. Twos, threes. I'm going to add a little bit more here. I just jumped in another 200 shares. I'm in with 500. Like I said, I'll add up to about 800 shares here. And see if we get the breakdown that I'm waiting for. But I'm in with 500 now. Beautiful breakdown. I'm gonna take half off there. Or no, wait. Half off there. Holding 200 shares left. See if we get a much larger breakdown, but that's the breakdown I wanted right there. A huge reversal back up here. I'll try to keep my risk at 45 now. Huh? I gotta work. I'm kind of in the middle. Y'all can go get it without me, it's okay. We get a bounce up to 95. I'm considering adding again. Yeah, it's above you, brother. Jovan, it's above you, man. I posted it. Getting a bounce here. I'm gonna add another 200 here to this one, and I might be dumb for adding to this position, but I'm keeping 45 as my risk level, which is a pretty tight risk level. So like if we get a huge bounce up here, I just gotta exit this one. And like I can let it test once or twice, but any big move over 45, I just gotta jump out of this thing. Just the worst squeeze possible on AMD, unfortunately. Oh no, this is MU. Yeah, the worst squeeze possible there. What happened is that the market bounced. I think a lot of people started to cover into that move too. I think I was just a little bit too late. Look at VTIQ here, guys. VTIQ. Yeah, I'm seeing, I see VTIQ rip here. Super big rip. Might get a little bit stubborn with this one and then try to add back up to 1,000 shares up to 45.10, especially with this rejection here. Look at that rejection. I like that rejection now. That's why I added right back to it, but I'm burning up some commissions for sure. The SPY rejected. '03s, '04s. We're definitely battling the whole $1.45. Alright, I'm in with 1,000 shares here. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to scale up, but I'm not liking it. Definitely nerve-wracking for sure. I'm gonna get out over 45.10 here. I have to. I'm getting better at being less nervous while I'm in these trades, though. I'm getting better. It's just a process that takes a little while. Alright, so I'm in with 1,000 shares. Small wins and losses right now. There's ones. We get a breakdown under the whole dollar, I can take a little bit off. I'm gonna wait for that. Testing the whole dollar at 45. I think we're following the market pretty closely here though. Market bouncing, this is probably gonna bounce too. Alright, here's a drop. Alright, we're testing the whole dollars, 99s, break even now. 98s, 97s. Let's see if we get down to like 90s, 85s. They'll squeeze up. We'll get some buying pressure for sure coming in here. SPY looking weak. That should help me. SPY broke underneath the VWAP. I'm definitely getting better with my nerves with 1,000 shares. Yeah, I'm not shorting VTIQ. I had off for sure. Never shorting that one right now, dude. We're gonna squeeze up. I'm trying to be patient. Market's testing these lows. I think if I'm going to take this one, I got to just wait for the breakdown in the market, which is what we want to see. Like, we need a breakdown under 284.50 if we're going to get a breakdown in this move. The market itself has to break down under 284.50, which is kind of testing now. But my emotions are getting much better, that's for sure. Yeah, there's 99s, break even. 97s, 96, yeah, go ahead and take half off there. I don't mind that. Holding 500 shares left. We'll see if it gets down to like 90s. Ideally, we'd like to see a break like underneath 90. Just like this, take another half off there. We're gonna hold the last 200, see if we get a nice breakdown to 85 or under 85s. That's all we're doing. I'm gonna get out here just to take my win. Caught the breakdown. $110 up. I don't know. I'll probably break even after commissions, even though I'm up over $100. I've been trading way too much today, team, and I can be honest about that for sure. What's up, Daniel? But yeah, remember the level I talked about. I talked about 85. Look at that. Here's 85. Now the next thing to do is look for this level to hold as resistance. Right here. Market broke down too, which is what really benefited this one. Still breaking down too. Alright, so remember, this is the range I talked about. If we get another breakdown under 85, I don't necessarily hate like attacking MU again here. Here, hold on, baby. Alright, I'm jumping in short with another 500 shares here. See if we get a larger breakdown on AMD down to like 75 is the goal. So Sorry, my wife's over here showing me tomatoes that she grew in her garden.
Yeah, and a strawberry.
And a strawberry.
Look, it's a little baby strawberry. Ooh, look.
Here, hold on, baby. I'm in with 500 shares. But,
And look,
I'll
our
eat it.
tomatoes. No,
wash it and give me it. I'll eat it.
Maddie wants the strawberry.
Alright.
And we got little grape tomatoes. Jack's gonna eat them.
Okay. Ah, you scared me, buddy,
Yeah, a
man.
couple of them.
So scary, dude.
I'm excited. This is our first little, like...
Yeah, just to put it into perspective, guys, I call Carol the plant murderer. And so this is the first garden that has survived.
Does that look like a plant murderer to you?
Why I
Look at
said this is the first one that survived. They look great, baby. Good job. Seriously.
Yeah.
If I like tomatoes, I'd eat one.
Jack loves tomatoes.
Yeah.
I got cilantro out there that's growing well, and I grew some of it from seed. I'm actually just planting more. I got potatoes, tomatoes, peppers, bell peppers, cucumbers. I got cucumbers that are starting to grow,
Yeah,
and
it looks great, baby.
watermelons. I saw my first, like, I've been having little buds on my watermelon plant, and
Yeah.
like I just looked and I saw the first little, like, on the stem where the flower was, that it's starting to kind of turn into like a little baby watermelon.
Yeah. I ended up getting out of that one. I got out of my 500 shares. But no, it looks good, baby.
I'm excited. And we got obviously strawberries and lavender and basil and thyme and kale. My kale sprouted, and my spinach and my lettuce is sprouted, and my dill. I got dill and oregano and sage.
Ain't nobody like dill around here, man.
I like dill.
Dill's the grossest of gross. The Colossus of clout. The Sultan of SWAT.
Egg salad. All right, Jack.
I'm back in. I don't know what I'm going to do here. Maybe I'm definitely over trading today, guys, so bear with me. Weird. Alright, I'm waiting for this breakdown to happen. We're gonna try to be patient with it, but I want it down to like 75. I'll take the rest off. Hey, appreciate all the subs we just got. I can't see them right now, but I appreciate the support team. I'm gonna let this level test at 85. I'm gonna get in another 500 shares. I'm in with 1,000 shares now. No, it's breaking out, guys. All my profit. It's okay. SPY bouncing. I think it's going to reject here, though, and help this trade anyway, so I'll be fine, I think. I think my problem is my entry just wasn't it was a little bit lower in the range, my entry. I'm definitely over trading, guys, so if you're watching me trade today, don't trade like me. I'm not trading super well today, unfortunately. But I am getting used to 1,000 shares. And so that's always a good thing, I guess. Kind of a good thing, I guess. Even if I lose today, the goal is to yeah, don't nobody like dill here, man. I hate pickles, man. It's like my most hated food. Get that out of here, man. I don't even want to hear the name pickle right now. It's gonna mess up my vibes in trading. Well, we need the market to break down here, guys. Like, that's what we need. Market bouncing. I think the market might reject at 285 though. I'm not really loving the support that's building up here at 4480. Gonna take half off there, holding 300. See if we get the full breakdown a little bit more. What am I gonna do here, guys? We're getting a huge bounce every time we get a breakdown. I should probably take profits a little bit faster, I guess, into this. Definitely getting a little bit better though with managing and my emotions with regard to share size. We want this level to reject right here. And I'm going to get out the rest break even. Kept that last little bit break even. Up 141 on the day. Break even trade basically after that. Why are you so focused on MU? Because MU makes my money. Man, you know. I stick with what works for me. And MU works for me. I mean, it's better than it could have been. Like, what we're getting right now is the SPY. Somebody else mentioned it, and they're right. Like, the SPY is bouncing here, testing this 285 level, battling it over and over again. We reject this level, come back down. I might short into some other stuff here. But right now, we're just chilling. SPY's battling 285. We're at 284.90 right now. But we get a breakdown that looks weak. I'm going to short into something. Maybe LYFT. Actually, maybe I'll short into this on LYFT. I'm going to look for the $half breakout underneath LYFT. I just jumped in short with 400 shares. Not the best spread ever, but not terrible either. I'm going to take half off there, just scalping this little move here. Caught the move I wanted for LYFT. Take a little bit more off here. And get out the rest there. Tiny little scalp, but I'll take it. Up 170 on the day, slowly grinding it up here. Probably going to move back to MU. Maybe attack it a little bit smaller. I just jumped in MU with 400 shares. I don't think I got filled at a great spot, but that's alright. Market's bouncing. I'm out of there. Market's testing highs. Basically took back that trade last. I'll probably hang it up. I'm over trading today, certainly, guys. I don't want people to think this is a good way to trade because it's not. But yeah, I'm just going to keep my green day, and I'll probably break even after commissions. Just too much trading today. It's alright. But anyways, yeah, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and close this bad boy down. If you want to use the same platform as us, like I said, here's the link. You go check them out. Really cheap way to get started. I think the bundle makes a ton of sense. Specifically, like you spend $3.99. Once you're approved, you get 14K to trade with. There's no PDT rule. You can day trade and short on those accounts. It's an educational package is what you really want to understand, is that technically it's an educational package. But with that, a lot of times they partner their students into the funded account program and make them contractors and then allow them to trade their accounts, which are pretty big, decent sized accounts, for very, very cheap. Like again, $3.99. The account that you would get with that is like $14,000 to trade with, no PDT rule, day trading ability, shorting ability. You know, aside from the course, the demo account, access to their chat room, and it operates like a prop firm. And so there's like a 70-30 profit split. You make $1,000 net on these accounts. You keep $700, they keep $300. You can withdraw once per month, and then there's a $700 max loss. But overall, objectively speaking, I think it's super cheap for new traders. A lot of the time, new traders will end up losing thousands, and this is a way to only risk $400, get a decent sized account, and I think that only makes sense for a new trader specifically. But yeah, there's the link if you want to check it out. Obviously, though, you know, we're biased because we post referral links. There's no, and so we do make a commission if you sign up through us. Yeah, and there's the link if you want to check that out. Also, guys, you can check out our new channel, which is again a small online business channel. You know, we're still growing, pushing, putting out new content, and so if you want to see like longer term investing analytics plus online business breakdowns, reviews, plans, ideas, etc., check out the new channel. There's the link for the new channel there. Hit the subscribe button in this channel, click the like button if you haven't already, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Good luck, guys. We'll see you guys next time, and yeah, have a good day. Oh, also, go check out beginnertrading.net. Beginnertrading.net, we've got a bunch of free content on this channel. We've got our strategy breakdowns where we review and break down the different strategies we use, how to use them. You can check out trade ideas in the chat as well. And there's the link to our website there, beginnertrading.net. Good luck, team. We'll see you guys next time. Have a good day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.